is gonna be the first installment of a new series where I find 5 different creatives every week and talk about why I think they're high-performing ads. First, for some background, I'm Max. I'm a digital strategist and media buyer. I help scale e-commerce brands who are spending anywhere between a few $100s a day and over $10,000+ a day. And often as a media buyer and creative strategist, which are a little bit one and the same these days, it's really important to be able to create and identify high-performing creatives and also know why they work. To introduce this video, I'm gonna talk about a few ways that you can do your own competitive research to figure out how to make great creatives for your brand. Using competitive research is gonna save you a lot of time and money on testing. Why create net new concepts when you can just spy on your competitors and find concepts that are already working well? Now, of course, you don't wanna copy a competitor and do the exact same thing, but this is just to get the angle and concept of what they're doing. And it's really easier to start from somewhere using a concept that's already been proven and potentially profitable for a competitor. A great way to do this is by digging into your niche. Go onto your competitor's website, click add to cart on one of their products, and you'll start receiving their ads. And assuming you know how this works, that's because the Facebook pixel is installed on the competitor's website and your actions will be tracked and then you'll get targeted with their ads. But I'm assuming you know that because you're watching this video. I also use the Facebook ads library to search for competitors or also similar brands. In general, when doing competitive research, it's very important to notice the amount of social proof, the likes, and amount of comments that are on a competitor's ad. This is because if an ad has a ton of social proof on it, it's very likely been on for an extended period of time. Ads with the most comments, the most likes, and most social proof that have been on the longest amount of time should be the best ads. And you know that you can build off of these concepts. You can also look at the date in Facebook Ads Manager and see how long an ad has been running for. If an ad's been on for more than a month, you can pretty much assume it's doing really well. Now, when you're taking inspiration from an ad, make sure that you're not just directly copying the script of the ad. Really think about the desires and the pain points that that specific ad is speaking to for their customer. And this is what I mean by an ad concept, because the last thing you should do is directly copy your competitors, but definitely don't be afraid to take inspiration. All right, that's enough education on this. Let's dive into these ads. So the first ad we're gonna be looking at is a brand called Cash by Cash App. This is an ad that I found on Instagram, and by just looking at this ad on my phone, it was extremely thumb-stopping. That's what really stood out to me about it. I think it's also really smart that they showed a guy and a girl showing off both of their products. Also, the copywriting, check out Fall and Winter 2022, is very straightforward and strong. For me, this ad is the definition of a hook really stopping you in your tracks and doing a great job at keeping your attention by showing you a bunch of really cool clothing options. That's all I really have to say about this ad. If I were to give them a suggestion, I would say they could actually extend this video, try this out as the hook, and then go into more features and benefits, showing off more of their clothes and talking about it a little bit more. But I also think this can be done on the landing page, so I don't know really how this is doing for them, but that was just my suggestion. All right, the next ad I'm gonna talk about is by New Balance. This ad is a 3-slide carousel, and what I really like about it is that it displays the product front and center in their beautiful product photography. From running shoe brands in the past, I've noticed that product on white photography works really well, but what I love about this is that they took a very bright shoe of theirs, so very attention grabbing, very bold, and they put it in a 3-slide carousel. Why I like this is because the second slide in particular is a man holding a basketball. I think what's really smart about adding that second slide is it truly calls out that this is a sports sneaker for basketball in particular, and it directly speaks to a target audience of basketball players. That's all I have to say about this ad. Let's go to the third one. So this ad is a really good one. It's from the Beard Club, and what I love about this is the hook. Really awesome about the hook of this ad is that it speaks directly to a target audience's desire to have a full beard. A lot of guys are not able to grow a full beard, and I know growing up, I always wanted to have the full beard that I actually have today, I guess, but for a long time, it was very patchy. And there are still even instances where I have a few patches here and there, but for some guys, it is a much larger issue where they're unable to grow a full beard. So in the first second, there's this cool split screen, and it says the real secret to early beard growth. And it has a guy on the right with a full beard combing through his beard, and on the left, there's this kind of ASMR weird scrolling thing. It almost looks like them rubbing lotion on a balloon. And that's an interesting call out because that isn't necessarily something that is directly related to a beard, but it almost works in a weird way. That actually might be shaving cream. And then quickly within the first 2 seconds, it cuts to another video of a man with a patchy beard. This ad hooks you. It speaks directly to the market's desire of wanting a full beard and then directly calls out that pain point. And then it says, but guess what? And then describes how their product can help give you a fuller beard. The other best part of this ad is it goes through the product's features and benefits. It shows all of the different products. It also shows you how to take a quiz on their website, which is a really cool thing where you almost tease the future customer experience. And also there's a guarantee at the end of the ad, which is huge. This is something that a lot of people forget, is to address your customers' pain points. For example, if you're selling a shoe, a lot of people are worried about whether or not you can get a full refund and get a free return. So it's really smart in that case to then put that in your ad. Speak directly to your customers' pain points that are preventing them from purchasing your product. In this case, they say if your beard doesn't grow, you're guaranteed a full refund. That sounds like a no-brainer to me. I'll buy the product then. And ending on the phrase, don't give up the beard that you've always wanted. That is just great. All right, so this next ad is a little bit different. It says, we're not in 1985 anymore, which is a really interesting call to action, calling out that prices for insurance do not need to be as high as they are. I really like the way that this is thumb stopping with its bright colors, strong call to action, and then the ripping through the center of the screen. That's a really cool way that they were able to create the almost us and them feature without even directly calling out a competitor. It simply says that your insurance is way too expensive, here's why. And then they show that Jerry's insurance is significantly cheaper. I also really like how they kept the copywriting very simple, saying easy, fast, and free. Overall, I think this is a really clever and strong static image. All right, and we finally made it to the last ad of this video, and it is for Sperrys. I think the best part about this ad is simply that it was attention grabbing. It was able to pull me in, and also I know that Sperrys is a huge brand, so I was very willing to look into what they're selling. Not only is the shoe in the ad really attractive, but the way that they have the depth of field in the ad splashing the puddle at the screen is super attention grabbing and also kind of addicting to watch over and over again as a GIF. I also think it's really smart that they made this a collection ad or an instant experience where they have their other shoes dynamically generated underneath the original creative. I honestly don't think this ad would have been as effective if it was just the shoe splashing into the puddle, because I wouldn't have had anything else to look at after I was hooked. But because they had other shoes there, I was much more willing to click through and more intrigued by these other shoes I saw. This ad was really simple, but really well done. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment if you want to see any more videos like this or have any suggestions for a future video. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.